Welcome to the new format of the progressive update. We're going to transition to video, and that would help also people who are subscribed on YouTube. So you can go to our YouTube channel, that's the progressive update, and subscribe there. Don't forget to ring the bell. Anyway, welcome. This episode is about the Israeli elections, and a little bit to explain what the heck is going on there. So, as you may have heard, there has been an Israeli election. There was a contention on the prime ministry and the ruling party, a ruling coalition. It was a very close race, and it turned out that Netanyahu, who was indicted on criminal offenses, was actually tied with the opposition party, with a guy by the name of Benny Gantz, who ran against him, and was a centrist right organization party that was competing. If they had won, they would have composed most likely a more center to left coalition. However, since they tied, and it's a multi-party system, unfortunately, that gives Netanyahu the ability to come up with a coalition and be the next government yet again. So basically, the problem is that in Israeli politics, there's a whole sector of religious parties that are not necessarily right or left politically in terms of the Palestinian issue or other issues, but they're more concerned about their welfare and what they get out of government. And so far, the liberal left has been opposing their demands, their subsidies, and so they're aligning themselves and have been aligning themselves as far as current memory is concerned with the Likud party, or the right wing. So these guys are the reason why we're going to most likely see another Likud or Netanyahu government. As I mentioned, Netanyahu is indicted on various criminal offenses relating to corruption, not just one or two, a few of them actually, and he may provide annexation to the right-wing parties. He may agree to pass annexation of settlements in the occupied territories of Judah and Samaria, the West Bank, as it's called, in exchange for receiving amnesty or clemency for indictments. So you can see where this is going. One other news story that I wanted to cover in relation to that is a disturbing thing that came out, and that is that the Israeli police has intercepted about 1,300 illegal cameras that were brought, tiny little cameras that were brought into Arab Arab polling places, and the people that were caught with those cameras said that they were given those cameras to record for the Likud, and that this was for ensuring integrity of the elections, so that there wouldn't be any falsification. However, the Supreme Court in Israel has ruled against it, and it was clear that they were not allowed to bring cameras during the elections. And what's going to happen with that, I don't know. But the company that the PR company that was involved in this project has actually boasted the following day after the elections that they have succeeded in suppressing the Arab vote to its lowest level, which is 50%, under 50%. This is, of course, terrible news for democracy in Israel. And I hope that this will be looked into, and whoever, we know who's responsible for it, but that would be punishable, severely punishable, because this is just very detrimental and damning. All right, so this is the roundup. We're going to see who composes the next coalition and under what terms. But it's not good news, even though the right-wing, political right-wing has not really won the elections. It's due to the religious parties. It is likely, more than likely, that we will have another right-wing government, and this time going even further to the right. Well, that's all I can say. It's very disappointing to me and to many Israelis who have attempted to correct this drift, but here we are. Trump has announced that he was happy with the results and that this is good news for peace, which is, of course, ridiculous. And he's also spoken in front of the Jewish, I think it was IPAC or one of the Jewish organizations, and he said about Benjamin Netanyahu that he's your president, meaning the Jewish people that were there in the audience, which further plays into that narrative, that false narrative that Jews in the United States are like have a dual allegiance, something that Ilhan Omar has been severely criticized about. Now Trump comes and makes the same exact point. Unbelievable. All right. This has just been a short thing. I will come back with other reports. And I hope you like the new format. We will still have an audio version of this on our podcast channel, so you can still subscribe as a podcast on any podcast app. And don't forget to share. And if you need to make any points or ask questions, just tweet with hashtag progressive update. Till next time, see you around.